G'day guys, Aussie FIFA HD, and welcome back to yet another FIFA 21 tutorial on the channel. Today we are learning how to play in bad gameplay. You guys know sometimes those EA servers just do not hold up, especially when there's lots of people on in the weekend league. Yeah, God, it's frustrating, but I have some tips, tricks and techniques for you guys to learn in terms of how to win and basically play in bad gameplay. So without further ado, let's get into the intro and then let's get into how you guys should play in bad gameplay in FIFA 21.
Griezmann, three men around him to somehow find some space. Ronaldo, fantastic opening, the drive back.
He's made himself the tiniest bit of space.
Almost feels like a bit of a taunt. Didn't really go for it. Oh! It's a display there. It's absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest.
We talked about Aussie FIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
This tutorial goes by the acronym KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Believe me lads, I have played hundreds if not thousands of weekend league games in bad gameplay over the years, and let me tell you, I have still managed to win and get commendable results even in lag, even in delay. And the way you do it is by keeping it simple. Okay, for the purpose of this tutorial, the gameplay you're seeing right now in front of your screen, what I did was I turned my cable off. I then connected my PS5 to the Wi-Fi. As most of you would know, when you have Wi-Fi gameplay, the delay can be just unreal. It's literally just, it's very annoying, it's hard to play in, but for the purpose of this and showing you guys that you can still win, that you can still play decent FIFA in bad gameplay, I've turned on my Wi-Fi, okay, and I've connected my PS5 to the Wi-Fi. In terms of attacking, what you're going to need to do is basically use the wings, okay, and that's it. I need you guys to use the wings, but one simple tip that I want to give you guys is just use the pass button, okay? Don't worry about skill moves unless they're easy to perform, okay? Ball rolls, heel to heels, you know, directional nutmegs is what you're going to want to be learning, using basically, and learning basically. I've got the tutorials on the channel if you do want to learn them, but those are the skill moves that you guys are going to want to be using in laggy, you know, delayed gameplay, okay? Because they're easier to use, because they're simple, okay? And you're going to be wanting to use the wings, and the reason why is because in FIFA, when you use the wings, the defense of your opponent will, shift over towards the wing, the side of the wing that you have the ball on, okay? So I'm talking about using formations for the likes of the 4-3-3, the 4-2-3-1, both variations, mind you, even the 4-4-2, because you have wingers and you have those wing bats. Now, what I tend to do in bad gameplay is I'm doing the triangle type passes, and I'm using the overlap runs of my wing bats and my wingers to get up the pitch, and I'm using that byline to cut it back a lot of the time. As you're seeing in this example, a lot of the time I've scored goals by driving towards the byline and literally cutting it back. What did I say at the start of this episode? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. This is simple gameplay, simple attacking, but I'm able to score goals from it because I'm able to use, you know, the double tap pass to lob it into someone on the bots and press shoot, okay? I'm keeping it simple. I'm not using skill moves in the bots, okay? I'm not using anything fancy. I'm keeping it on the wing. I'm drawing my opponent's defense over to one side. I'm then getting towards the byline, and obviously there's going to be people open on the other side of the pitch in the bots, okay, because all the defenders have shifted over one side and they're able to have a shot, okay, when you cut it back to them. So this is basically how I attack, okay? There's nothing fancy about it. I'm just trying to find those passes, those 100% passes out on the wing, and I'm using the overlaps of my wingers, my wing bats, and I'm using that CDM or whoever it might be, the cam, to thread that through ball through or to play the triangles with. And basically, as I was saying, just keeping it simple, okay? that's my number one attacking tip for you guys in bad gameplay. Let's get into the next segment of defending in bad gameplay. To be honest, a lot of you are probably already using this defending technique that I'm about to teach you guys, okay? I know a lot of the pros will not like me for encouraging this, but lads, when you're in bad gameplay, I'm going to say you need to do what you need to do to win games and to, stick out a game. The best way to defend, I'm going to put it lightly, is basically taking your cam or your striker and running back and allowing the AI to do the defending with you. If you start right stick selection, if you start selecting with your L1 all the time, because of the bad gameplay and because of the lag, you're going to be drawing defenders out of position. It's not going to be good. You're going to open up gaps and you're going to concede. I find in bad gameplay, what you're going to need to do is use your cam, use the striker to bring the defender back to then fill in the holes and hopefully have your opponent make mistakes and pass it to your defender. You're able to use the AI basically to defend in these situations. Luckily enough for me though, obviously I can use right stick selection. I can defend properly, manually, like a pro would, because I have decent gameplay. But for you that, you guys that live out in rural areas, for you guys that don't have a good connection to the EA servers, using this technique is basically a really good way of defending, okay, when you're limited in terms of, gameplay, when you're limited by the lag. And I find that bringing the defender back and filling in those holes is the best way. One thing I do want to add though, a very important defending technique, is you can only do this so much. If it eventually gets to the point where your opponent has got the ball into your 18-yard box and has made a good attack, you do need to select the centre back to try and make that tackle. It will be last ditch, but I do recommend that you do bring your striker cam back. But if he gets as far as the 18-yard box and he's looking like he could get a shot off, you need to select the centre back to make that tackle. Okay, this is very important because you can't leave the AI defend in the 18-yard box. You will concede that way. So it is important that you do select the centre back, whether it's with the right stick selection or whether it's L1. Now in bad gameplay, a lot of the times L1 might be your only option. So basically selecting the defender with L1 is a very important way of defending, and especially in lag and especially in bad gameplay. Okay, but lads, that will see you at the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash a like, drop a sub, and let me know what you thought of this episode. For those of you who do have bad gameplay, I hope it does help you. Okay, and yeah, I've experienced it myself, especially back in the FIFA 17-18 days, and I'm just lucky enough to have a good connection at the moment. But lads, as I was saying, that's the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm out. Sayonara, au revoir, and goodbye.